Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be a love and spirituality reading for Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And I'll also be doing an extended video. So I'll leave the link to that in the description box down below. Oh, and also this applies to your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Okay, so I'm doing this as a past, present, future spread. In my last couple of zodiac readings, I kind of just did it intuitively, but for this one, I'm being guided to do it as past, present, and future. And also, the top of the deck is the outside energy. So by outside energy, I mean someone or a situation that is affecting you or impacting you on an emotional level. So let's dive into it. So the outside energy is the 10 of Swords in reverse. So it looks like someone could be possibly holding on to you, or you're holding on to them, like not wanting an ending to take place. The 10 of Swords in reverse is usually like not wanting to face the reality of something or not accepting something, because if you were to face the reality of it, that would mean that you would have to feel the weight of it. Like sometimes it's much easier to hang on to something than to walk away and have to feel or deal with any type of emotional pain or any type of internal conflict that it could have caused you. So it looks like either you're holding on to someone or they're holding on to you. 2 of Swords in reverse. It looks like there is a lot of confusion, like someone needs to make a very clear decision and it's not being made. And I'm thinking that it's not being made because physically whatever this is, it's confusing. I mean, like on a logical level, or if you're going based off of what you can see with your 2 eyes, it's kind of difficult to pinpoint exactly what the problem is, and sometimes that can keep you from walking away. Like, you know how sometimes you have to have concrete proof or like concrete evidence that someone's done something so you can completely cut ties, but when you have a feeling that something is off, it's hard to cut ties based off that feeling, because you're kind of like, what if I'm wrong, you know? But I do think that your intuition is very strong here. So I don't think that you have to use your own 2 eyes, or I don't think you have to solely use your 2 eyes in order to make a decision. If anything, I'm hearing that you're needing to rely more on your 3rd eye or rely more on your intuition to make decisions, because sometimes that's actually stronger than, you know, your 2 eyes. So in the past position, we have the 7 of Rods in reverse, and we also have the 9 of Rods in the upright. So the 7 of Rods being in the reverse lets me know that in the past, there was a certain situation that you felt you couldn't really defeat. It's like, you know how you have certain situations where you feel like you came out on top, or you feel strong, like I can handle this. It feels like in the past there was a situation that you really felt overwhelmed with, and you couldn't handle the emotions that was coming with it. And with the 9 of Rods being here, that's like my trauma PTSD card. So I'm thinking that an accumulation of things that happened in your past, it's created certain triggers in you, and sometimes you can't. It's almost like sometimes you feel powerful or powerless when it comes to those triggers. Like you could be someone who prides yourself on being very strong, being very stable, and things of that sort. But when it comes to being triggered about a past wound, it's like it's very hard for you to stay grounded, because triggers bypass your logical mind and they hit your emotional body directly. Like, so it's kind of like when you touch a stove and the stove is hot, your hand automatically moves back without you thinking about it. That's because your body is wired to do that. Like when your hand is on something hot, your body doesn't wait for the brain to process it and then pull back. Like the body makes your hand pull back immediately before you can even think about it. So it's kind of like that with triggers. Like you can't really think about it, or it's almost like you can't brace yourself or prepare for them logically, because when they hit you, they just hit you emotionally. And I'm thinking that someone played a role in this, or a certain situation played a role in this. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It very well could be a friendship, it could be family, it could be a job that it was triggering some sort of pain in you because of the work environment or because of the work that's required of you. So just take it as it resonates, but I definitely do feel this energy of not being able to defend yourself or not being able to handle whatever came of this situation. Also, with the 7 of Rods here, I'm hearing like that your guard was let down. So for some of you, you let down your guard, and it puts you in a position that you've been in before. with the Nine of Rods, this is like past situations that have really heavily affected you. And I feel like some of you felt safe enough to lower your guard just a bit. And then all it did was lead to like this chain of events that brought up old wounds and triggers. I really hope that this is making sense to you. So the present, we have the Four of Swords and we have the Hermit card in the reverse. So some of you are definitely trying to find peace in the present moment, which is a great thing. Some of you are resting or you're being guided to rest, like you're really needing to take some time to yourself in order for you to heal, because when we're in any type of dysfunctional situation, or if we're in a situation that is painful to us, it's like, yes, the pain that the situation is causing is heavy, but what's even more heavy is the triggers that come up because of this connection. See what I'm saying? So you could be dating someone for a month, or just 1 month, and maybe they did something, you know, that hurt you, or they betrayed you in some way. That's going to hurt. But it's going to hurt more if in the past you've had to deal with betrayals over and over and over again. You see what I'm saying? So it's like certain things that people do cut you deeper depending on what type of trauma you've experienced in the past. So some of you are really, really needing to rest, because it looks like these triggers have really, they've really affected you. Like they've affected your nervous system. Some of you could be feeling a lot of anxiety, because when you're in this Nine of Rods energy, it's like you're constantly in fight or flight mode. Like you're constantly looking out for danger, or it's like whenever you try to get close to someone, those Nine of Rods traumas come to the surface, and that's very taxing on your nervous system, and it's very taxing on the body. So I'm thinking that a lot of you are being guided to rest, or you are resting right now. With the Hermit card in reverse, I'm seeing this as some of you are just literally needing to rest and to not do too much soul searching at the moment, because you could be really sitting and thinking about what went on in this cycle. You could be thinking about your wounds or the ways that you need to heal yourself. And usually, you know, I encourage that. But sometimes you have to take a break from that, all of that deep diving, you know, into your shadow, and all of that exploring any pain that you've been through. Like, it's nice to be self-aware and to be on this healing journey, but sometimes it's too much, and sometimes you really just need to relax and have peace of mind and kind of step away from, you know, the shadow work or the energy work or healing work that you have been doing. Like, your mind just really needs to be at ease. With the Hermit card being here in reverse as well, I'm hearing that some of you are needing to come out of solitude, especially because this Nine of Rods card is usually a very heavy energy. Like, it's not something minor that we go through and then we just get over. Like, it's something that hits very deep, or like it penetrates you or hurts you very deeply to the point where you may need outside help. Like, there's certain things that, like, yes, I'm an advocate for healing yourself, but there are certain wounds that you absolutely need help with overcoming, whether it be a support system, your family, a therapist. I mean, if you look at what is it called, Alcoholics Anonymous, and you read, like, go on their website and read the 12 steps, a lot of it is rooted in spirituality, connecting to a higher power, connecting to other people. So there's a reason for that. When you're undergoing any type of really heavy, dark energy, sometimes being alone is not actually the best thing for you. Being amongst people who genuinely understand you and support you can be very beneficial to you. Even if it's like going online and joining a forum where people have been through serious experiences, or people have been through certain things that you've been through, that in itself can be very therapeutic. Of course, you're not being guided to like open up too quickly to strangers and connect with them. But it's kind of like just connecting just enough that you know that you're not the only person going through this. Hope that makes sense. I'm hearing a very strong message of you are very vulnerable at this time. And just be mindful that there are people who want to take advantage of that vulnerability. So be careful. Like I said, it's good to find a community or people who understand you. But just be mindful that you're still setting those boundaries, especially if the support system is like strangers online. Still set those boundaries, because you are very vulnerable, and sometimes people are wolves in sheep's clothing, pretending to be helpful to you, and really they're not. Just put it that way. So the Ace of Cups is here in the upright, and the Fool card is here in the reverse. So it looks like in the future, or in the near future, you're going to be getting a brand new beginning. Ace of Cups is like the universe giving you a clean slate emotionally. If you've been going through a lot of emotional pain, I feel like healing is definitely coming your way. Even if you don't see it yet, it's definitely on its way to you. The only thing that you're being asked to do is to trust in that. Like, trust that there is going to be a new beginning. Trust that there is going to be emotional stability on this new beginning, and there will be emotional fulfillment. For some of you, I'm hearing that it was difficult for you to walk away from certain situations or cut ties with certain situations because in your mind, you're feeling like, I'm never going to be able to get this feeling somewhere else. So I'd rather just kind of stay in this because at least it gives me that feeling. But basically what these cards are saying is that trust in the universe that this is not the only situation that's going to give you that feeling. The universe wouldn't really tease you like that and like give you a situation that makes you feel good and then take it from you and never give you another one. That's just not how it works. So you are going to find something that is emotionally fulfilling to you is what I'm seeing. But it's all about trust. It's all about starting from the very beginning and not being afraid to start over, and also not feeling foolish for starting over. For some of you, moving forward can be difficult for you just off the strength that you don't like feeling like a failure, or like you tried at something and it didn't work out, or it's like you just don't like feeling like a fool, you know? But if you shame yourself and say, oh, I'm so stupid, like why did I get involved in that? How did I get involved in that? Or if you're shaming your own emotions, like I shouldn't care about this so much, or this shouldn't bother me, that's actually going to keep you stuck when it comes to this new path that's opening to you. It's like you're needing to shed that shame. It's like you need to forgive yourself, like not beat yourself up and not feel like a fool because of what you've been through, especially because I'm getting that for some of you, what you've been through really isn't your fault. I mean, it seems like for some of you, you had good intentions, and it's like the outside energy just maybe didn't have the best of intentions, or if they did, it started out with good intentions and transitioned into something completely different. So you weren't foolish. You just were making decisions based off of where your emotional state and your mental state were at the time. And if you've grown and elevated from the situation, then, you know, there's nothing to be ashamed of, and you are definitely not foolish. I want to see what's under this outside energy. Two of Swords, Queen of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could have been dealing with an air sign. Doesn't have to be, but I'm thinking of someone who's very logical. Possibly someone who's very intelligent, someone who's very clear-cut, like they say exactly how it is. Or you could have been taking on this energy towards someone else. I'm not getting a clear image of this outside energy. So it's possible that this outside energy has been gone for a while, or you're feeling disconnected from this outside energy, like whoever this person or situation is, because it's hard for me to even grasp like what's going on here. The most I'm picking up is an ending that's not occurring strictly because of mental energy. Like physically they're not around, but it's like the mental energy that you both have spent on each other is what is keeping the cord tied. I want to pull one more. I really want to understand this outside energy. You probably don't even understand them because it just seems very confusing to me. Let's see. House. Gift. Courthouse. Yeah, I'm stumped here. I don't know what this outside energy is, just confusing as hell. The house card is here. Gift, courthouse. So the house card usually talks about a family situation. Doesn't have to be actual family. Could be like a spouse. Something that was given to you, or you tried to give to them. So you could have moved someone in with you, or thought about marrying them. It's really confusing. Yeah, poverty in reverse. So some of you could have been depending on each other financially. Yeah, marriage is here. So it's like someone could have been entertaining the idea of marriage. I don't know. Okay, so what went left about this? Let me pull one more. High honor. So it looks like what went left when it comes to this outside energy is that there was some sort of action that was taken that wasn't taken with integrity. So it's like someone being one way to your face, and then you find out that they're a whole nother way behind your back. And then when you actually confront them, they become distant, or they don't take responsibility, or something along those lines is what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's no wonder that it's saying that you need to rest, because this is like, to me, it just looks like something that you were very much emotionally invested in, and you thought you were benefiting from it, or they were benefiting from it, or both. But it was some type of act here that wasn't, it's like not acting with integrity. I don't even know how else to describe it. We're gonna dive deeper into that outside energy, because I'm nosy and I want to see what's going on. So we're going to dive deeper into the outside energy on my Vimeo channel. I'll leave the link to that in the description box down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys over on Vimeo. Bye.